Welcome back to the Iconic Wealth Women podcast show. Today, I want to talk to you all about whether you can actually hit your income goal. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, over the last few weeks, I've had several planning conversations with business owners gearing up for success in 2024. Doing this over and over again, I've noticed two core things in relation to where they are. One of them was often the target we're setting ourselves is just a number. Basically, it's a number that we think we want. It's often plucked out of the air. It maybe sounds good. Someone else is doing it, or it's just a target. Maybe you've set yourself without any real depth as to why. And the second thing is the target we've set is actually quite often impossible to reach with your current business model, services, or pricing you have in place. Let me give you an example. I was sitting with an amazing coach the other day, incredible at what she does. She was creating her one-page business plan with me, and she told me her target was 500K. There was two things that popped up there. One was I didn't really feel any emotion behind the 500K. Couldn't really see why she wanted to create it. It could be a brilliant target for her to aim for, as it would allow her to create a lifestyle. Obviously, she truly desired in some way for her family and giving her potentially the financial freedom she truly desired. However, when we dug a bit deeper, it was actually an impossible target for her to hit with her current business model. You see, her existing day rate was around £700 per day. Now, if you do the maths and you divide 500K by 700, that works out to be about 715 days a year. Now, I don't know about you. I'm not really a mathematician or a genius, but I do know simply there's only 365 days in the year. So that means, and especially if you want to take some holidays or have some weekends off, that means actually she was setting herself up to fail before she even starts. If she set that goal as a 1-year goal, now if she set it as a 3-year goal in her business, then it's likely she would actually achieve that over the 3 years, given her day rate, her growth, her reputation, what would happen, and she would probably hit that within the 3 years. But a lot of the time we underestimate what we can do in a year and we overestimate what we can do in a year and underestimate what we can do in 5 years. So she was setting herself up, like I said, to fail before she even got started. And the other issue was when I dug a bit deeper, she was only really doing around 30 to 40K a year at the moment. So shifting to 500K a year is a massive leap in 12 months. Now, it's not impossible. I've seen it happen, but it does take the right resources. It potentially takes a team. It takes a process for growth, your list, your community. So if you're sitting around the 30, 40K a year, you're not necessarily geared up for that type of growth yet, because maybe you don't have the systems in place. You may also not have the resources to deal with it. If I dropped another 100 clients on you tomorrow, could you cope with that intake? But we're going to start to change some of that. So I want you to start to think about your plan and what you actually want to create for the next year. So firstly, we want to reverse engineer your business growth plan and statistics. So this can really help you to understand where you may have work to do in your business, maybe where you have gaps in resources, education, knowledge, and identify things that could hold you back from achieving your target. So for example, you might not have enough people in your community or on your list. Maybe you need more staff. Maybe you need some education. So I want you to start to think about what a business plan helps you to identify some of these gaps. So here are 3 key things that you can consider today whilst you're doing your review for the end of the year, planning for next year. So one is your packaging and pricing. Just like the example above, can your current packages and pricing get you to the target you truly desire? Does your business model serve you, and is it scalable? And thirdly, are you tracking your metrics so you can understand how to hit your targets and the activities that get you the results for those targets? So are you tracking your activities that you know actually gets you results? Because when you want to do it, you want to create an incremental growth plan. So like I said, if you're doing 20 to 50K a year, aim to break the 6 figures first. That's going to give you some funds, some growth, some systems in place, maybe even a start of a team and some grow your traffic to start to get you towards that 500K. So what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to set yourself up to fail before you even get started, because what will happen is you'll get disheartened, you'll think you're not achieving your success, and you'll potentially quit. And what I see often, especially in the coaching space, is too many play what I call a short game rather than the long-term game. They're looking for quick wins, quick fixes, quick overnight success. And actually, if you do it gradually and steady, your business has better foundations in place. Secondly, you grow as a person and develop to be able to manage that process. But then you also have the resources and the support around you to do it more with ease. So you're not hustling, you're not having to do it all yourself. Because business isn't about an overnight success. It's about building a structure and foundation that allows you that freedom. So quite often we go into business wanting freedom because maybe we've left that corporate job, or we've done something and we want the freedom a business gives us on our own. But the contrary thing is actually to have that freedom, you need to have some structures in place. You need to have some foundations in place. You need some processes that can grow and work with you when you're not there. That then gives you the true freedom that you're looking for in your business. So I hope that's helped you start to think about your business planning. Can you actually hit your targets? Are you setting yourself up for success, or maybe even to fail before you even get started? So hopefully that's helped. If you click a link, there'll be a link below around this podcast, which will give you access into my 2-hour planning session where you can dive deeper into what I've just run through there. You can go into your own planning process in your own time and start to think about, where are the gaps in your business? What are the things that you might need to change? Where have you got opportunities that maybe you hadn't spotted yet? So that's a short, sharp session around business planning, just to get you in the headspace while you're in that process right now, starting to think about the new year ahead, reflecting on the year you've just had, and getting you in that process for creating yourself a solid plan. Now, remember, a business plan can also be a guide. It doesn't have to be set in stone. It should be a movable working document so that you can grow. And I'm going to talk about that very shortly. But remember, the first element is, can you even hit your targets? Does your packaging and your pricing allow you to hit your income goals? So hopefully that's helped. It's been a really quick, short, sharp podcast today, but I wanted to get in and share that example to get you thinking about your business. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.